The risk quantification module in CyberHQ gives users the ability to accurately model and forecast the effects of various risks on the business. And it allows you to do this beyond the normal low, medium, and high terms used by security teams, instead framing risk in a form of dollars and cents. This is incredibly applicable to an executive sort of board reporting type use case and allows you to truly understand what might happen should a cyber attack occur. On screen, we've got some example data relating to a hypothetical attack relating to extortion and ransomware. And you can see that we have a minimum impact we forecasted of over £620,000. On average, we're looking at 2.6 million and a maximum impact forecast of over 7.5 million. And we can see in this loss exceedance curve here, the probabilities of a cyber attack exceeding the given impact. Now, if we dive into this analysis further, the first thing to look at is this analysis can be detailed and can be created on any scenario that you see fit. And we give you the tools in CyberHQ to look at parts of risk such as event frequency, probability of action, the probability and magnitude of the loss. This is all used through a Monte Carlo simulation to populate the loss exceedance curve we saw just a moment ago. However, we can actually model what would happen if things should go wrong or with the addition of new mitigating controls. So sticking with our ransomware example, let's see what happens to the risk when we implement DDoS mitigation services, high availability architecture, and a 24/7 detect respond function. We can see that we forecast that the loss event frequency, for example, will drop from 0.25 times a year to 0.1 times a year at a minimum, with corresponding decreases in the most likely and maximums. And the other figures have been updated accordingly as well. If we now look at running this analysis, we can see exactly how these figures change. So CyberHQ will be taking the data that we've supplied, we'll be creating a new loss exceedance curve based on what we believe the risk to be given with those mitigations. And then we can see that the minimum effect of an extortion attack, for example, goes from £620,000 down to 30. And the average and the maximum figures drop accordingly as well. And we can see we have these loss exceedance curve populated as standard and then with the mitigating controls as well. Now, this is incredibly useful in a cybersecurity context, particularly when it comes to managing and justifying budgets. It allows you to forecast where you can best spend your money and get the best return on investment from that.